Hi friends, welcome to Sri Sai IT Hub. In this video of Core Java Programming, we are going to discuss the following topic: methods in a Java class. Right, so today we'll see how to define a method with its syntax and how to call a method from a Java class. So first of all, what is methods? Okay, right, so let us start with something like this. Class is a collection of data members. Members means variables, and methods. Methods means functions. Okay, right, so class is a collection of data members and methods. So let us try to understand what is the definition of a method. So the definition goes like this: a method is a block of code which is used to perform a specific task in our class or program. So what is method? So the definition of the method goes like this: a method is a block of code which is used to perform a specific task in our class or program, Java program. Right, so what is the syntax to write a method? Okay, so the syntax goes like this: return type space followed by method name. Right, so input parameters. So we have to pass input parameters to the function or method, and then followed by body. Okay, so body means block of code. Okay, it means block of code, and then finally return value. So this is a standard syntax for writing any method in a Java class. Okay, right, so first one is, it goes return type. Okay, so what is the return value data type? It is represented by return type. Okay, second one method name. Third one input parameters. Fourth one body or block of code. Okay, and fifth one return value. So return value is done with return keyword. Okay, so these are the 5 things. Okay, so the example goes like this: so I want to perform sum of two numbers. Okay, let us say the sum of two numbers a comma b. So how to write a method? So return type is int, name of the method is sum. Okay, right, so input parameters int a, int b. Body, open curly brace, close curly brace. So take a local variable inside the body of the function or method, int c. Okay, perform c is equals to a plus b, and finally say return c. Okay, so what is the name of the method? So sum is the name of the method. What are the input parameters? So input parameters are a comma b of data type int. So using these input parameters, we are going to perform sum of a plus b. Okay, next body. So inside the body, I'm taking one local variable int c and performing a plus b and storing that in c value. So this is the body or the block of the code, and finally I'm saying return c. So this is like a reply or a response data. Reply data or response data for sum of two numbers a plus b, return C. Okay, and what is the data type of C? So the data type of C is int, so that is a return type. Okay, right. So once we write this method inside a class, we have to call this method or we have to use this method. Okay, so how to call or use class methods? Okay, right, so it's very simple. The syntax goes like this. So for this we use, okay, object name dot method name. Okay, so for this we use object name, okay, with dot operator. Okay, right, so the syntax goes like this: object name dot followed by method name. Okay, and then semicolon. So like this we have to call or use a method. The example goes like this. Okay, let us say object name is obj dot followed by your method name sum 10 comma 20. Okay, so in our main method of main class we can use this class object name dot followed by method name and input parameters. Okay, right, now you can use this sum method any number of times. Okay, so here we can use sum method, okay, in our program any number of times. Okay, example, so first object dot sum of 10 comma 20, next sum of 11 comma 22, next object dot sum of 100 comma 200. Okay, so you can calculate the sum of two numbers any number of times. Okay, so object dot method name followed by input parameters. Then what is the advantage of methods in Java programming language? Okay, right, so advantage. So the main advantage is first one, write once, okay, and call any number of times. Write once and call any number of times, which means reusability. Reusability of code. Code means block of code. So write once and call the method any number of times. So this is one of the main advantage of methods in a Java class or programming. Right, the second advantage goes like this. Okay, so it reduces space complexity in a program. Okay, so it reduces the space or number of lines of coding in a program. Okay, right, so it reduces number of lines of code in program because we are writing it once and we are calling it any number of times. Okay, fine. So when it reduces the number of lines of code in a program, obviously it will occupy less memory space. Okay, so finally our program occupies, okay, less space in memory. So whenever you are running your program, our program will be loaded into the memory. Okay, so it will occupy less space in the memory. So when it occupies less space in the memory, ultimately it will increase the performance of the program. Okay, it increases performance of the program. So performance of the program means speedy execution of program. Okay, that is speedy execution of program. So this is what is the advantage of functions or methods in programming language. Write once and call any number of times, which is reusability of coding. Okay. Next, it reduces number of lines of code in a Java program. Our program occupies less space in memory. And finally, it increases performance of the program, which means speedy execution of the program. Right, now let us try to do a small program. Okay, fine. So let us say my program name is something like, I will take some method example1.java. Now in this program we define, okay, a sum method. Okay, so we'll define a sum method and use it in main method. So we are going to use that in main method. Okay, right. So let us try to do this one small example. So let us take a new page in Notepad++ editor. Right. So program to define some method in a class and use that in main method. Okay. So some method in class. Right. So it goes like this: class A. Now inside this class A, I'll take a method, some method. Okay. So it goes like this: int some method, int A, int B. Okay. Now here I'll take local variable int C. C is equals to A plus B, and then I'll say return C. Okay. So because in Java we write everything inside a class, so I'm taking class A, the same sum method performing sum of two numbers A plus B, returning the C value, and the data type of C is return type int. Okay, right. So now let us take the main class. So class sum method example 1. So here I'll write public static void main string of args. Okay, right. So let us save this program. So our main class name sum method example1, program name will be sum method example1.java. Right, so we'll try to save this in our working directory d : core Java programs. So here we'll take something like programs folder and we'll save it here, sum method example1.java. Right, so now whenever you want to access class members, we require object of a class. So let us try to create the object of class A. Obj is equals to new A. Right, now using obj I'm going to access, okay, sum method. Right, so obj dot sum of 10, 20. Right, so sum obj belongs to class A. So class A sum method 10, 20. So A will be 10, B will be 20. Then finally A plus B 30. So 30 return 30. So this return value will come back to the main method in this place. So in the main method, store it in some variable int something like result. Okay, so that return 30 will come back to the calling method. So the calling method here is main method and sum is called as called method. Okay, right. So that 30 will be stored in result and then we can print the result here, system dot out dot println. Okay, so sum is plus result. Okay, right. So let us save this, compile and run this program. So come to the command prompt. Okay, so go to your working directory d : core Java programs folder. So Java C some method example1 dot java. So if your program does not have any mistakes on successful compilation, okay, right, bytecode is generated. So for running the bytecode, java some method example1 dot class. Okay, dot class is not required, it is taken automatically. Enter. So sum is 30. Okay, right. Now I'm going to call this sum method once again like this. So system dot out dot println, I'll take sum2. Okay, let us say previous one is sum1. Now this is sum2 message plus I'm going to call the sum method directly inside println method. So plus here you can give obj dot sum method and you can pass the values here 11 comma 22. Okay, so 11 comma 22, so it will go to the sum method here. 11 plus 22, 33, return 33. So that return 33 will be directly displayed in println method here in this place. So sum2 is 33. Okay, right, so we can save this. Okay, and then recompile the program. So whenever we do changes to the program, save and recompile and then run it. So sum is 33. So sum1 10 plus 20 30 and sum2 is 33. Okay, right, so this is how we are supposed to work with methods inside a class, and methods are called with mainly object dot method name with input parameter. Okay, right, so now one small important point here. The point goes like this here. So for methods with no return type, okay, so for methods with no return type, void is compulsory. Okay, so example goes like this: void accept method, okay, or something like void display method. Okay, so void is compulsory, right? So void indicates the method is not returning any value. Okay, so void, it is something like empty data type, something like. So void is like empty data type. Okay, it means a method does not return any value. Okay, and if a method is not returning any value, void is compulsory. So without void you'll get a error. Okay, right, so next the second note point goes like this. Okay, so coming to the second note point, method without input parameters. Okay, so method without input parameters, leave it empty. Okay, so leave it empty. Okay, right, so this is also compulsory. Without input parameters, leave it empty. Example, so we can take the same examples here. Okay, right, so the example goes like this. So void accept. Okay, so we don't have anything input parameter, so leave it empty. So void display, leave it empty, don't write anything, otherwise you'll get a error. So for methods with no return type, void is compulsory in Java methods, and method without input parameters, leave it empty. And this is also compulsory in Java programming. Okay, right, so this is how we are supposed to work with methods in a Java class. So that is what is all about methods in a Java class of Java programming. Thank you for watching this video. Do like and share this video. Have a nice day.